To buy this building and the renovations, we kicked off a $5 million campaign, and that was in the middle of COVID. So that was a major challenge.
In-person events weren't a thing, and so it kind of got us, wondering what we were going to do with this large space that we've been investing in for so many years. And thankfully we started doing virtual events that moved into hybrid events, and now that we're back to full-time in-person events, we are seeing a boom in people wanting to get here, get in this space, and gather with one another again in person.
Through that, and kind of even with George Floyd, I think a lot of people kind of said, well, who's building relationships across sectors? Who is bringing together people across races and trying to create, like we say, a city that's flourishing, that's healed, or that's being, that's helping the healing process.
In light of the shooting of Patrick and everything that's been going on in the last couple of years, do you feel like Grand Rapids and the nation as a whole has improved on race relations, or do you feel like we've been taking a step back, or how do you feel about the community we live in right now?
Yeah, it's right now it's a sad sentiment in our city. In this neighborhood. It didn't happen but a few blocks from here. So it's hard to ask, have things gotten better when you had the most kind of tragic of situations maybe in the history of our city. I think one of our values here is actualizing an optimistic vision, where we say even in the midst of chaos, people need solutions. And so we do think about solutions while also acknowledging the deep pain and history specifically for people of color in this city and in this community, and I would say even in our own experiences, in our own lives. And so there's a process of healing that has to happen for us, for our community, for our city, across the country. Far too often we do skip that process and begin moving towards solutions.
We have a saying around here, we just say, transformation happens at the speed of deep relationships. And I think like if we too quickly move into, we just got to do something, we just got to throw some money at the problem or at a broken system, and it doesn't actually lead to real heart change, then we're going to just keep replicating the same issues over and over. So I think having spaces where we can have those real conversations and those relationships, going back to the venue, is critical for our city to move forward.
We got a long way to go, but I am optimistic, and I'm hopeful that even this very tragic situation, my hope and my prayer is that it continue to not divide people, but bring us together to think about real long-term solutions.